Hi gang, Aaron Fisher here with another episode of the Card Magic Minute. This is my chance to share with you some of the important lessons my students are learning every time we study together during the course of my online personal training program. Now, when a lot of students get started out in card magic, one of the hardest things for them to appreciate and begin to learn is the importance of a light touch in your card handling. Not only is it hard to learn, not only does it take a lot of time and confidence before you can start to lighten your touch, but people aren't exactly sure why you even would want or need to have some kind of a light touch when you handle your cards. And the answer is really practical. On a very basic level, a light touch facilitates relaxation in the audience. Imagine, I often have a lot of students who I'll meet who can do a few things. They can do some moves, they can do some handlings, they can do some tricks. But before they get into their sleights and handlings and tricks, they say, pick a card, and it looks something like this. Take a card. Now, when you offer the cards like this to a spectator, at the bare minimum, they think you're either hiding the cards or they don't feel like they can have a free choice, but either way, they can sense the tension and the pressure, and then they have to go foraging around, at the bare minimum, to find the card they want, because after all, they can't really get at any of them, and the whole process is already being sort of larded up and junked down, and things are going a little slowly, and there's an overall sense of discomfort in the entire process. That discomfort leads to suspicion, skepticism. Remember, they're probably already skeptical as to the quality of your magic because they have reason to be. Magic? Okay. And then you say pick a card and they go. And all of a sudden we're into the watching Uncle Bob do a card trick syndrome, which can be a real bummer. So one of the great things that you can do for your card magic at the very beginning, from the very outset, is to create a disarming, relaxing approach to having a spectator pick a card. And for that to happen, you have to learn how to spread the cards, and you have to learn how to spread them with a light touch, with a lot of air in the cards. So it's a real free choice. They look, they see all the cards, they feel like they see all the cards, and there's no problem. So to do that, fortunately, we use technique. Starting with the cards in your dealing position, like always, with your first finger at the front edge of the deck, left thumb on the side, and the three fingers going no more than a little bit over the edge, just like this. And I think you'll find there's another Card Magic Minute that discusses this in detail. You want to shift your grip a little bit. You want to move your pinky to the back of the deck. You want your first finger to move to the right side of the pack, and at the same time, you just want to go ahead and take the pack and tilt it back just about 5 degrees. Not very much at all. Just enough so that the cards are leaning on that easel of your fourth finger and not resting in your hand proper. At the same time, when you come with your right hand, you're going to take the cards in the exact same position as you spread the cards off, with the right fourth finger at the back edge. And you're going to, what you're going to do is, you're going to take your left thumb, you're going to relax, like so, and you're going to cock that thumb back so that you're pushing from the sides of the cards, not the top, but the actual sides. That's where the thumb tip should be. And that way it can press off some kind of a block, a nice chunk of cards. You're going to come to take that chunk of cards, lightly if necessary, tightly if necessary, in the fork of the right thumb, right there. So the pinky's going to go at the back like an easel, but you're going to have some support at the front by clamping those cards. Now, if you'd like, you can keep using your thumb and pull off these cards, but because if you've got that right thumb grip, you can support those cards from the right and leave the audience with the impression, indeed the true impression, that they can take any card as they go past. Now, this is completely customizable. You can do this a few cards at a time. You can do this 10 cards at a time. Or if you just want the audience to see an entire display of cards, you can push off some cards, take a nice big chunk, and then use, as you move your hand to the right, the base of your right finger, like so, to support those cards and drag a nice wide arc. Now, compare that to the Uncle Bob approach. Hey, pick a card. How does that make you feel as an audience member? Already, suspicion going up, magic quotient going down. Or you say, hey, would you like to see some magic? You take one, I won't even look. Now, all of a sudden, at least I know I can have any one of those cards. It doesn't matter. Remember, it doesn't matter if you're trying to hide a card or if you're just uncomfortable. The overall effect on the audience is either he's up to something or he doesn't know what's going on, and it doesn't really matter what conclusion they come to, because the basic idea that they have is that this isn't going to be magic. And when you let them relax and you don't seem to care anymore than they should, it seems completely disarming and all of a sudden you've created a nice base, a nice soil on which the magical plant can grow. So that's today's episode of the Card Magic Minute. If you're ready to push your own magic forward, I suggest you go to aaronfishermagic.com/coaching and fill out a free student profile. And I'll get back to you with some ideas about how we can start working together. The lessons are practical, they're inexpensive, and they're designed to meet you exactly where you are and give you your very first breakthrough in our first lesson together. I'm Aaron Fisher. If you have any questions or comments or ideas for upcoming episodes of the Card Magic Minute, you can send them to me. I'm Aaron at Aaron Fisher Magic. You can find me on Twitter at Aaron Fisher Card, and you can email me if you want to be Facebook friends at facebook.com/Aaron Fisher. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to speak to you really soon.